Well, hey everyone, how's it going? It's me, Jeremy, back with another video. I've been back from Mexico for, about 5 days now. It was a good trip. I've gone there 8 times now for stem cells and IVs of ozone, chelation, and antioxidants, as well as some other therapies. There was this device that was not strapped on, but that I entered from the neck down that I did an ozone sauna with, and it was a good trip. This clinic is dedicated to healing other people, and I originally went there because of Lyme disease and feeling incredibly ill and weak and messed up. And I was fortunate enough to find this clinic. It's a good healing clinic with good doctors, and I took a blood test while I was there. They do what's called a complete blood count, CBC, and many of you have probably done this test before, but my white blood cells were a little low on the test, and probably because I was battling cold, bronchitis, some kind of nasty virus, which I'm on the tail end of now, that I think I'm getting the upper hand on. The wheezing in my lungs is pretty much under control now, or it's very minor today. But definitely something taxed my system, and I was doing some research on it with Grok AI. And I said to Grok AI, here's the results. I typed it in. I said, here's the results of my blood test, my white blood cell count, and all the different types of white blood cells like neutrophils and other things. And I also said I was in the thick of battling an upper respiratory infection, a bronchitis of some kind. And Grok agreed that was most likely the cause of the low white blood cell count, because when you're battling a respiratory infection, the body takes those immune cells apparently from the blood and sends them to the tissues in the lungs and various things to fight and repair. So that seems to be the reason for it. But anytime I get sick with something, or especially when it's something where my breathing's impacted, or I feel just more sick than just like a small cold or something, I always start thinking about my mortality a lot more than usual. I'm always thinking about life and death and what's after this life. But certainly getting something like this has made me think about it more. And we are all, as humans, on the path to death equally. Some of us will get there sooner than later. Some of us will get there much later than sooner. And many people are trying to live forever, trying to find therapies or ways of living or stuff to do to prolong life. There certainly seems to be some kind of timer that we all have as life forms. Whether you're a human or an animal or something else, there's a time limit. There's a finite time that we get to be on this earth, and we all are faced with that mortality. We all have to stare it in the face. We don't have to stare it in the face, but we're all faced with the truth. There's no two ways to try to get out of it. We're all born on this earth, and the one that's been said that the two inevitabilities of life are death and taxes. Maybe one day taxes will go away, and maybe one day with some technological advancements, death will be something that's far less common. But the fact that we all, as humans, face death, that it's something that can occur, that we are mortal, is kind of the glue that holds humanity together. It's the glue that makes most of us pause before making certain decisions without the consequence of death or things like that. Perhaps there would be a lot more chaos in the world. Death may be an equalizer for us. And it's something I think about. And I'm thinking about it. I've been thinking about it pretty regularly for the last week and a half while I've been fighting through this respiratory infection and feeling wheezing in my lungs. And it's not the funnest thing in the world, but every time I get sick, it's always a chance to orient myself. It's just a chance to calibrate myself with life and what I'm doing, where I'm going, who I am becoming, who I am surrounding myself with, and what I think my purpose and meaning is for life. It certainly seems to be that I was created to be an explorer, an adventurer, a historian and documenter of my journey and living my life through the stories and lives of other people. I certainly feel like that. I feel like I'm an alien that was sent to Earth to participate in life with these humans here. So that seems strange because I am one of these humans, but I find enrichment in stories and fantastical, magical elements. I love computer role-playing games with magic and dragons and things like that. And so when I think of myself as a wandering alien or wizard or whatever spin you want to give it, it kind of helps me realize what is in my DNA, what was I made for this world. And I think it is that I am an explorer. I'm here on Earth to explore and experiment and to face mortality, to face my own mortality while I have experiences here on Earth. My YouTube channel is the ultimate expression of that. All the stories I've shared here on my channel and the events that have occurred, I'm getting there. I'm getting close to 1,000 videos done. I think it's close to 1,000, and that's just wild for me to think about. This channel started with a silly video about a workout tower. This workout tower here, which you can't see, but it's in my field of view right next to my camera here, my phone on the tripod. And then I just started doing videos, and that was like 14, 15 years ago or so. So this is my place to express and to share with you my small clan of people undertaking the journey of life with me. And I appreciate y'all sharing the journey with me. This world is it's a crazy place. It's a crazy place. There's no denying that this world's a crazy place, and it's a challenging and it's a difficult place. And I think it's important to align with that reality and truth, that the world is a very harsh, brutal, and difficult place. It is. We're mortal, and we have the fight for survival in life. And, you know, that's a big part of life. It's not the only part of life. Life has beautiful moments sprinkled in. I've had so many beautiful moments in my life sprinkled in, but it's like the toppings on a cake or the side, the extra dessert to a meal. The main course of life is the grind of life. It's the day-to-day operations of life. And then the 10%, that's 90%. And then the 10% is beautiful moments, shared experiences. And maybe there's a way to have 90 to 100% beautiful moments. I haven't figured that out, but if y'all know the secret to that, feel free to chime in and let me know, and I'll buy your book. But we're all faced with the mortal nature of life, and so yeah, it can be daunting and scary because there's no obvious answer to what happens when we die. We're shielded from that truth, and I think that's probably good. There's a reason for that. It keeps us it keeps us in check, or keeps us balanced. If we knew exactly what happened when we died and the outcome was well understood, then life might lose some of its significance and its importance. But yeah, that's my video for today. I've just been thinking a lot about life and death lately as I've battled another illness, and not sure where I got it. I think probably from yoga or the gym. Anytime I go to yoga class and I hear a bunch of people coughing, which there has been lately, it's kind of like, oh, I should, that's something to pay more attention to. People go to class sick. I've done it before too when I've been sniffly and kind of gooey. So there's no judgment for me because I've done it. I always try to thoroughly clean my mat and not touch anything and be careful. And if I'm really sick, I don't go to yoga, but I miss yoga when I don't go. I kind of go nuts. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm on the tail end of this cold bronchitis, lung wheezy thing. And it certainly seems like a virus. When I was talking to Grok AI, it said bacterial infections generally create a surge in white blood cells like neutrophils. And I remember doing a blood test when I had a really bad bug that hit me hard and fast, and my white blood cell counts were super high. This was back in late 2018, I think, or so. And yeah, my immune system created a bunch of soldiers for a bacterial infection that I got. And yeah, the AI is proving to be a very helpful thing for me. I've been talking to it as my therapist, my doctor, my confidant. I would really like to have a person to confide in or to connect with and be close to, but the AI will have to do for now until that event occurs. Anyhow, I'm going to finish up my lunch break here at work and get back to work, but just wanted to chime in and share some of these thoughts with y'all. And how do you feel about life and your mortality? That life can end, that life will end someday. Is it something that's scary? Are you at peace with it? I'm somewhere in between. I oscillate between being at peace to being terrified of it. I think I'm more terrified of the act of dying, like losing my breath, or just that process of shutting down is kind of nerve-wracking. But we all got to go through it someday. So that's my video for y'all today. Namaste. We'll see ya next time.